All right, man. Regis Prograis says he don't know what's going on, and how Josh Taylor vacate 2 belts in 140-pound division, which he vacated the WBA a couple weeks ago, and he also vacated WBC today. And Jose Ramirez and Jose Zepeda should be fighting for that title. There's rumors that Ramirez will be taking on Conor Benn. Now that's out the window. Ramirez will be taking on Zepeda, which let's just let him talk about that. All right, so.
Now y'all tell me this, answer me this, right? How is 2 titles vacant? 2 fucking titles vacant, and I'm not fighting for either one of them. That shit don't make sense, bro. I was supposed to fight for the WBA. You saw what they did, right? And now the WBC, they got Ramirez and Jose Zepeda fighting each other for the WBC. And how I'm not even in the mix. First off, my last fight was a mandatory. If you know what mandatory means, that means I'm supposed to be next. I'm supposed to be right there next, right? What the fuck is going on, bro? Like, for real, what is going on? How am I even not fighting for either one of them? This shit is insane. Like, this shit not making sense. This shit is insane, bro. I don't even know what to say, bro. Somebody fix this, please.
Insane in the membrane. And it's not too insane. This is what we've been talking about on this channel for a while now. We've been talking about how these fighters pay sanctioning fees, and a lot of these fighters getting done greasy. And a lot of times it's been the fighters of color that's been on the wrong side of that move. All right, if it was Reagan Dial being stripped right after he moved up and fought Lomachenko, whatever it's been, because we can pull up these rankings right now, and it makes zero sense. You can say, well, he did this, he did that, but we gonna get to that. We gotta answer his question, and it's not complex at all. And you can go all the way down to the bottom of the map. And he is currently sitting at 3 in the WBC. He's currently sitting at 6 in the WBO. He's currently sitting at 5 in the IBF. And he's sitting at 6 in the WBO. Now, is Ramirez a better fighter? No, Ramirez being rewarded with another title shot when he just literally lost to Victor Postal in a lot of people's opinion. And then he lost to Josh Taylor and got dusted off by Josh Taylor. He came back. But, like I said before, he ducked Regis Prograis. That's why Regis Prograis and Lou DiBella was gifted with a fight date on ESPN through New Orleans. Jose Zepeda, hell of a fighter, had a title shot already. But if you say is Regis Prograis better than Ramirez and Zepeda, absolutely. And Cantelo and Sandor Martin. You look, he's ranked below Sandor Martin. That was a good win over Mikey Garcia. He's ranked below O'Harry Davies, for God's sake, Ishmael Barroso, Alberto Palello, and Bakra Almadamadev. How did he jump up that high? But he's a really good fighter. But Regis Prograis is better than all of those guys, in my opinion. Akadamadov, who fought the dude that fought Barrios, he was on the Spencer Porter undercard. He's a good fighter, and he's ranked below this guy. I can't pronounce his name, no offense. Ranked below Liam Parle in the IBF. He ranked below Sabril Matisse and Jeremias Ponce. Catterall, Teofimo, Zepeda, Lopez, Catterall, Ramirez, Parle all ranked higher than him at 140 in the WBO. And Lopez, he just came off a loss and moving up in the division. So he's absolutely right. But it's politics. And when you look at the WBO, it shows it to you clearly. Outside of Parle, top rank. Ramirez is top rank. Lopez top rank. Zepeda top rank. There you go. Then you go right then and there. It's politics. When you didn't ride with Al Heyman or you didn't sign with Bob Arum, I think I heard him say one time he didn't sign with Bob Arum. I could be wrong. I think I heard him say this because they couldn't promise him the Josh Taylor fight. He went with Pro Bellum, and Pro Bellum obviously is going through some transitions right now with their company and with Kinahan and all that. And that associations and stuff, and I think they suing Boxer from Ben Shalom's upstart promotional company for defamation, I believe I read, but don't really quote me on that because I think I half-assed read the article. But nonetheless, it's politics. It's who you with, where you from, who you with, where you from. You from Detroit, you know, maybe even Chicago, you know what that is. But it's all about who you sign with, and you just a statistic. You know, my Bill Bellamy voice. You just a statistic of politics, and you and Terrence Crawford is going through the same thing. You know, but the difference is you actually signing somebody who's getting you a couple fights here and there. But you know, when you don't sign to the right side of the streets, the sanctioning belt body's gonna do what the promoters and advisors and managers with money want them to do, and that's just the honest opinion about it. Now you can sue, and they're probably just gonna file bankruptcy, you know, get a little bit of nothing, and then they're not gonna want you to represent their belt. You know, the best option to do is get a whole bunch of fighters that's been done by the WBC. If it's Jamal Charlo, Devin Haney, it's a number of them. Y'all try to get some boxers together and start a movement. Because the WBC and them sanctioned belt bodies ain't giving nothing to New Orleans. They ain't getting nothing to Houston. They ain't giving nothing to the Bay Area, Las Vegas, Philadelphia. You know, they taking that money and getting their kids through college. They taking that money. They not, you know, helping to lessen the blow when retired fighters have, you know, they're not trying to give them financial literacy. They're not showing them how to put their money up. They're not trying to, you know, build gyms and they honor in their neighborhoods and improve any black or any neighborhoods throughout America, but they own in Latin America, down there in Mexico. So what you paying them money for? At the end of the day, you get nothing as a fighter. And Andre Ward just spoke on that. At the end of the day, what you get? They get you into the Las Vegas Hall of Fame, or no, I mean, it make no sense. I would be trying to go out there and find sanctioned belt bodies or people who can start nonprofit sanctioned belt bodies. We gonna profit. The profit's gonna go into the neighborhoods. The profit's gonna go into my financial future. You know, my profit's gonna go into to medical insurance and dental and all of that type of stuff. At least a couple dollars to my community. And they ain't doing nothing. They treat the melanated fighters the worst. And then when we get to the point, we all get to the point of making a lot of money like Mayweather, then they kiss your ass. They might put your face on the belt if you're lucky like Mayweather. You know, but you gotta remember when Muhammad Ali didn't have no money, he had to sell the rights to his name. Where was the WBC at then? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all gotta stand for something. Y'all gotta stand together. And if all the black fighters bond together, at least 80%, 75% of them, you can make a move. Y'all can start recognizing your own belt. Y'all say what's hot. It's gonna be hot. Whoever want to sponsor the belt, if it's BET, if it's TV One, if it's Michael Jordan, whoever want to sponsor the belt, Warren Buffett, Magic Johnson, whoever gonna put a play in rotation. But he knows why. He signed to the wrong promoter, and it's messed up that the sanctioned belt bodies, they fear the managers or promoters too. Because they fear losing that cash flow. Because y'all know money come from, you know, that's how people, you know what I'm saying? That sound like Future. That's okay. But y'all know how I go. And they ain't trying to change this game, brother. They not trying to change this game, but y'all bonding together, y'all legacy would be bigger than any Hall of Fame can cast your fist in or put your name in stone. You can be bigger than the mayor in boxing, bigger than the president in boxing, or the emperor in my George Campbell. So y'all forever be known as the generation of boxing that nearly didn't fight each other because of the politics, but y'all could be remembered as something more greater and more successful than that ever could be. And that's the generation of boxing who changed the sanctioned belt body, you know, blueprint or schematics or however you want it. I'm tired. Whatever it worked, it changed the way the sanctioned belt bodies work, and it puts the money back into the fighter's pocket. It puts the money back into the fighter's community. See, you can have the money, but it's hard to have the money, the championship, and be able to get the fights you want. That's why Cantelo and Anthony Joshua is popular. It ain't that neither one of them is more talented than Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence or Regis Prograis. They literally have the power to move how they want to move. But if Al Heyman said, well, Earl, you can move how you want to move, who you want to fight, this you want to do next, let's make it happen. And Earl knock all these chumps off or knock all these fighters off, you know, and he knocks them off, he going to be a star. If everybody see what Earl fight on the platform Earl fight on, a lot of things got to change in boxing. These promoters not working together, the shadiness of the sanction belt body, maybe the feds need to get involved in the professional boxing to clean it up. Because one or two things going to happen. They're going to continue to get less participants in the sport of boxing, and that's it's going to continue to happen. The feds going to get involved and really going to open up the books and see the shadiness of boxing. Or they can work together. They can work together, use their fight dates, make the best fights, and turn this ship around. That's what they could do. Because suing the sanction belt body, suing the promoter, that's not going to change nothing. That's they can hold you off in court. They got to cash you out. You're going to have to get it how you live. You're going to have to come up here and do some Ice Cube, some priority records with a baseball betting crew. That's what they're going to tell you. So, like I said before, the fighters or the fighters can make a change and they can combine together. All it takes is you don't need the Mexicans. You know, you don't need the Mexicans. You know, you don't need the Mexicans. All right. You don't need the Dominicans, the Cubans. You don't need none of them. Enough black top fighters. It's enough black top fighters out there to make a change. It's enough. Trust me. Make the change the future, save the sport. Because you asking the police. You asking the police to police themselves. Come on. Think about that for a minute. You asking the police to police themselves. That is wild. That is wild. That is very wild. That's like you asking a classroom of. That's like you asking a classroom of preschoolers, you know, to police themselves. It's not gonna happen. Watch themselves for a minute or two, and everything can break out. Everything can break out. Come on. So they're gonna just sit back here and continue not to have a voice and let people like Jamal Charlo, you know, they're gonna continue to let people like that. Well, Cantelo can be franchise champion. They can do Devin Haney like that. And obviously, it worked out for Devin Haney. It's yet to work out for Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep doing that, letting what happened to Reagan Dial continue to happen to Reagan Dial. Come on. That's crazy. When we gonna say enough is enough? That's crazy. When are we gonna say enough is enough? When? That's crazy to me. When is enough gonna be enough? And these fighters just, they just go at it with just keep going with the stride. I'm regular champion. I'm interim champion. They just happy. They just happy with the results. And everybody know what's going on, but like I said before, man, that's why our women don't respect us, man. We weak. These laws, what EDE say? I forget what number it was. You know, mother F any brain man barely watching law. That beat was hard though. I forget the name of the song, bro. That beat was hard. He said number 2, always got a bad lock. I love when the go snap, crackle, and pop. Easy had one of the best rap voices. He had one of the best rap voices. You know, he had one of the best rap. I forget that song. Yeah, what's the name of that damn song before I get out of here? That beat was crazy. I gotta agree with Appetite for Destruction. I got to agree with DJ Yellow. He right, that production on the second album was way better. It might not been a better album, but it was, the production on that album was way better, bro. He is right about that one. Dre stepped it up. They stepped it up on that one. But nonetheless, it is what it is. It is what it is. But until these fighters stand on it, stand on it, it ain't gonna never happen. It's gonna be a bunch of Regis Prograises. He said he needed fixed. Ain't nothing gonna get fixed unless you go to the court of law. You see how Cantelo and Ramirez, they lawyered up on the WBO because Teofimo Lopez jumped them in the rankings. Because Teofimo Lopez jumped them in the rankings. Real talk. They lawyered up, and Teofimo Lopez dropped in the rankings. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. That's exactly, it is what it is. It is what it is. So all I can really say, until they stand together and they move as one, ain't nothing gonna change. Until they stop letting these sanction belt bodies and these managers and promoters and advisors control the sanction belt bodies, and they stop the sanction belt bodies, but they ain't gonna be happy until a higher power get involved. Trust what I'm saying. They're not gonna be happy until a higher power gets involved. They're not. And everybody gonna be getting out of Dodge. What Bun B say with them fizz in town, boy? You know I got to go. I butchered it, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're not going to be satisfied. Asking boxing the police themselves is the same as asking the police to police themselves. It's the same in asking, it's the same in asking a bunch of preschoolers to police themselves in the room by themselves until the teacher get off the toilet. Trust me, it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. So, the fighters, they best bet is the fighters stand together and say, we're not gonna take this no more. And all it takes is the brothers. If you get a couple other people with you, it's gonna be a couple Latino, Spanish fighters, some Japanese fighters, Chinese fighters. All you need is a movement to get the ball rolling. That's all they need, just a little bit. It's a little bit. All they need is a little bit. They get Haney, they get Regis, they get Jamal Charlo, they get Earl Spence, they get Terrence Crawford. Deontay Wilder. They tried some shit on Deontay Wilder. Keith Thurman, a couple former to get a couple old school fighters in there. You know what I'm saying? They get them. And that's a movement. And say, we ain't taking this shit no more, man. Do your job as a sanctioned belt body. If you, stop taking money from here and there and manipulating the ranking. I'm telling you, they're not going to be happy. Just like the Olympic boxing is going from the Olympics, because it's very corrupt, and the Olympics is just it's the biggest part of the corruption in boxing, in amateur boxing. But man, United States amateur boxing, international amateur boxing is very, very corrupt. Very, very corrupt. So Regis talking about fixing this is going to take It's not going to be fixed. Not immediately. It's going to take a nice donation from his handlers to do that. And that's why you sign with the major promoters, because they have the inside track. Y'all don't know why Lomachenko got a title shot so fast? Maybe I should do a video on that. I think I read, I can't find this article nowhere, but I believe I read that he gave a portion of his signing bonus back to Bob Arum, and allegedly that money facilitated back to the WBO for him to get a title shot so quick. There you go. There you go. I believe I read that somewhere. I heard that somewhere. Allegedly. But nonetheless, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, treat your chins, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, much more. I appreciate the love, support. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Check out the Boxing List playlist. Shout out to the boy Regis. Peace.